What's going on, everybody? Today, I want to talk about 5 things I don't like about this. There it is. That is my 2013 Ford Raptor. It has 123,000 miles on it, just about 124,000 miles on it. And it is now a 12-year-old pickup. So let's go through everything I don't like about owning a first-gen Ford Raptor. Here I am inside of my very, 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 very dirty Ford Raptor. Let's hear a cold start. Been about a week. God, that's nice, isn't it? So the first thing that drives me absolutely insane about owning a first-gen Raptor, and I kind of knew this one coming into it, I just didn't think it was going to be as bad as it is the fuel mileage. I've driven 227 miles and averaged just shy of 14 miles per gallon. Not the best. Again, kind of knew it. And I got pretty bald tires on right now, so I'm assuming it's going to get worse when I put new tires on. So like I said, I got 13.9 miles to the gallon, I think. That's driving all highway. There's times where I've been pulling where I average like 7. And then there's times where the wind is blowing me and I'll get 20. I mean, it really just depends. But an added cost with poor gas mileage is in the owner's manual of this, it recommends running 91 in it, which I never did in my last vehicle. So when you're not used to running it, you feel it, especially if you drive a lot. Thankfully, I don't. Second thing I'm going to complain about, which you might be able to tell right now, is the ride stiffness. I'm just driving down a gravel road right now, and before I bought a Raptor, I was actually always told that they ride super good and they were really good on the road and off-road, but on the road, quite honestly, they're really not that great. Like, they're okay, but I had a 2013 F-150 EcoBoost before this, and it actually rode way better on the highway. But now if we're talking about off-road, it's not even close. This thing kills a standard half-ton F-150 by a mile. Like, it's not even close. So like I mentioned, this thing does very well off-road. I've actually never taken this down this section line, but it was very rough in a standard half-ton pickup, and it's still somewhat rough, but it's not near it. Ooh, that was pretty rough. Yeah, still bumpy. But I'm doing a lot of things right now I couldn't do in my other pickup. I'm driving 30 mile an hour down a section line that is super bumpy, and actually it's handling it fairly well, as you guys are saying. Wow, he's lying. Camera's moving all over the place. But no, it's actually doing a pretty good job. And one other thing I hope that helps a fair amount is getting new tires on. These tires they're very old, and I've heard that as tires get old, they can get stiff sidewalls in them and not be all that great. So I guess we will find out when I get new tires put on here in a couple. So another thing that I don't like about this is how big it is. Parking, if you drive anywhere where there's people, you have to park in a tight spot, traffic. It's not fun. Look how wide this thing is. I mean, the fenders, the back bed, tires, it's really, really tough to fit in a parking spot, unless maybe it's just because I live in North Dakota and I don't know how to drive. That might be part of it, but it's a lot bigger than a normal half-ton pickup. It may not seem like it, but it truthfully is. I'm going to try not to hit this one too hard because it's not much different than a standard F-150, but it's just part of owning a pickup. But there are some differences, and I guess what I'm going to say is maintenance costs. I'd say the big differences between this and a standard F-150 are these puppies right here, the Fox Shocks. I just got them rebuilt about 2 weeks ago, I think it was. To get those rebuilt, it ran me about $1,600 for all 4. That was installed, that was everything. So yes, it's a lot of money, especially compared to just a standard shock. The other thing I'm not excited to replace, as I've mentioned here a few times, is tires. These are just shy of 35-inch tires on a 17-inch rim. It is also about $1,600 for what I want to get. Another thing that costs more money, Oil changes. This holds 7 quarts in comparison to the Ford EcoBoost I had held 6. So, I mean, it's another quart of oil. It's more to worry about, but again, it's still pretty manageable in the grand scheme of things. But that is part of owning a performance vehicle such as this. So one of the last things I want to cover, and this is just me being really, really, really picky, is the outdated interior of it. I mean, it is, like I said, this 2013, it's 12 years old, almost 13 years old, so I shouldn't complain as much as I do. But with it, I mean, you don't get the giant fancy screen and digital gauges everywhere like a lot of newer vehicles. Radio small, not all fancy touchscreen. Got a little bit of a touchscreen there, but nothing too crazy. But I mean, realistically, I will say, I think the interior of this pickup aged very well. Like, it's still super nice in my opinion. Like, it really is. I mean, I have a lot of stuff in here, like I said. Anyone want sun chips? Sorry, I'm weird. But no, it has aged well. And my favorite part about it, the seats. They are ungodly comfortable. But we're not talking about stuff I like right now. We're talking about stuff I dislike. You could go spend a bunch of money on aftermarket stuff and make the inside a lot nicer. But there, we just went over the 5 things I dislike about it. Maybe if this works out well for me, I will come out with a video with everything I do like about it. But with all that, I really still do like it. It is a good vehicle. It's reliable. It's probably one of the cooler looking Ford pickups ever made. Maybe not. But I just made it so you guys know what you're getting yourselves into if you are considering buying one. Because they are expensive and they do have some issues here and there. We're driving down that really bumpy gravel road I drove down earlier, but if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you want to see more of me doing dumb stuff and driving down bumpy roads like this, maybe even dumber than that, subscribe, please. Thanks.